What if a daily $5 expense was actually robbing you of over $100,000? That's not an exaggeration. It's simple math. Most of us wonder why we aren't wealthier, blaming our salaries, the economy, or rent. But the truth is, the biggest thief of wealth isn't a big expense. It's the tiny leaks we ignore every single day. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how these small habits shape your financial future and how to finally make your money work for you while you sleep. Most people think wealth is about how much you earn, that if they just made more, they'd be fine. But that's a trap. How many people do you know who got a raise but still live paycheck to paycheck? The problem isn't income, it's direction. If you've ever looked at your bank statement and wondered where it all went, you're experiencing financial autopilot. Those $5 or $10 purchases don't feel dangerous in the moment, but they're more destructive than big bills. You expect the big bills, they're fixed, but the small, invisible leaks drain your future wealth every single day. If this hits home, hit that like button. It helps more people spot their own financial leaks. Here's the shift. Stop seeing money for what it is today and start seeing what it becomes tomorrow. Let's do the math. That $5 coffee or forgotten subscription is $150 a month. If you invested that $150 monthly with a conservative 8% annual return below the S&P 500 average, do you know what you'd have in 30 years? Over $188,000. Let that sink in. $188,000 from just $5 a day. That's not magic. It's compound interest. You didn't just spend $5 today. You took $188,000 away from your future self.
Let me give you a simple financial rule that rich people understand and most people don't. It's called the Rule of 72. Here's how it works. Take 72 and divide it by your annual rate of return. The result is how many years it takes for your money to double. If you're getting 8%, 72 divided by 8 is 9. Your money doubles every 9 years. Think about this. At 25 years old, you invest that $5 a day. By 34, it's doubled. By 43, it's doubled again. By 52, it's doubled a third time. By 61, it's doubled a fourth time. That one decision to skip the coffee and invest it doesn't just give you $5. It gives you 4 doubling cycles over a lifetime. That's the engine of wealth. Most people are so focused on the $5 in their hand right now that they completely miss the 16 times multiplier they're throwing away.
Here's another mistake people make financially. They think small savings don't matter. I've heard it 1,000 times. Why bother saving $20 a month? That's nothing. I need to make real money. This is financial blindness. Because it's not about the $20. It's about the habit of saving versus the habit of spending. The person who saves $20 a month is building a completely different financial muscle than the person who spends it. They are training themselves to pay their future self first. And over time, that muscle grows. That 20 becomes 50. That 50 becomes 200. The amount isn't the point. The identity is. Ask yourself this question right now. Are you the type of person who spends first and saves what's left? Or saves first and spends what's left? The answer to that question is probably the single biggest predictor of your financial future. Let me tell you a quick story about 2 professionals. We'll call them Alex and Jordan. They both graduate college at 22 with the same salary, $50,000 a year. Alex looks at his paycheck and thinks, I'll start saving when I make more money. Right now, I deserve to enjoy life. So he buys the daily coffee, the takeout lunches, the new gadgets. Jordan thinks differently. Jordan automates $150 a month into an index fund before she even sees it. She barely notices the money is gone. Fast forward 10 years, Alex is now making $80,000, but he's also spending $85,000. He has some nice stuff, but zero savings. Jordan is still making around the same, maybe a bit more. But here's the difference. Jordan's automatic investments have been compounding for a decade. She has over $30,000 just from that small daily habit. Fast forward to retirement. Alex is still working, still stressed, still wondering where it all went. Jordan retired at 60, financially free, because she understood that the small daily choice was actually the big choice. If this story resonated with you, share this video with someone you want to see financially free. This leads to a hidden principle: opportunity cost. Every dollar spent today is gone from every future version of itself. Economists call this the time value of money. $5 spent on something that doesn't grow isn't just $5. It's the loss of its entire future value. That new car? It's not just a payment. It's the loss of everything that money could have earned in the market. That vacation on a credit card? That's not just a trip. It's compound interest you'll never see, plus interest you'll be forced to pay. Here's the truth. The most expensive things aren't always the big purchases. Sometimes the most expensive thing you buy is the cheap habit that steals your future growth forever.
How do we fix this? Use the strategy of nearly every wealthy person. Pay yourself first. Before rent, coffee, or anything else, pay your future self. Automate a transfer the moment your paycheck hits. Even if it's just $5, consistency matters more than the amount. Here's the psychological trick. If the money never hits your checking account, you never miss it. Most people spend first and try to save what's left, but nothing is ever left. By paying yourself first, your spending automatically adjusts to what remains. You don't feel deprived because you never had that waste money in the first place. My rule: automate your investments so it's impossible to fail. Then let compound interest do the heavy lifting.
Now for the practical fix. Use the 24-hour rule for any non-essential purchase. If you see something you want but don't need, wait. Put it in your cart, close the laptop, and walk away. Most of the time, the urge passes, and you realize it was just a trigger from an algorithm or a moment of boredom. This pause acts as a circuit breaker for your spending impulses. Every time you do this, you're not just saving money, you're training your brain to distinguish between wants and needs. You're building a financial discipline muscle that adds up to thousands over a year and complete financial freedom over a lifetime.
Let's look deeper. That $5 habit over 30 years is $188,000. But even if you're 40 with only 25 years left, it's still worth over $100,000. At 50, it's still $50,000. The numbers change, but the principle doesn't. Wealth isn't about being rich. It's the byproduct of respecting your future self enough to make tiny sacrifices today. The world is designed to separate you from your money through apps, ads, and easy payments. They're all counting on you to ignore compound interest. Once you understand this, everything changes. You stop seeing a $5 bill as cash and start seeing it as a seed, one that grows into a tree providing shade for your future self.
So let's quickly recap what we've covered financially. First, small daily expenses are not small. $5 a day invested becomes over $188,000 in 30 years. That's the power of compound interest. Second, pay yourself first. Automate your savings before you have a chance to spend. Your future self will thank you. And third, use the 24-hour rule to stop impulse purchases. Create a pause between the urge and the action. Most spending happens in the gap you refuse to create.
The gap between struggle and freedom is smaller than you think. It's not a lottery win. It's the daily choice to respect your future self and save $5. You don't need to be a financial genius, just consistent. Start today. Automate an investment and watch what happens over 30 years. The wealthy aren't always smarter. They just started earlier and stayed consistent longer. If this shifted your perspective, subscribe for weekly upgrades to your future. Let me know in the comments, what is one small expense you're cutting today? I read every one and want to see those seeds being planted.